Hi everybody, it's Nancy. Hope you're having a really good day. It's Monday, I guess. If it says was live above my head, that means you're catching the replay. Type hashtag replay in the comments below, and that way I can welcome you. I don't want to cause a big ruckus here. Let me move one thing. Keyword today is sunflower. Hope you guys are doing good. I have been busy today, you guys. Type the word sunflower, check your messages. It's going to get you all the details on what I'm using today. And I hope you love it because I have been working hard to do it for you. All right, now let me just see if I can find you guys. You might see I have some cutouts here. Okay, it's not showing me live yet. Okay, so I went today to the my supplier, got all my wood, worked on these cutouts. I have an awesome project for you guys today. Type the word sunflower and check your messages in order to, so you can see the info on how to get this. I'm real excited. All right, let me just get everybody pulled up. All right, now let me just see if I can find, and that's not gonna work, of course. What if I click on it again? Or, I think it shows me like as a reel for like a minute. Maybe that's what happens. I don't know, but hi everybody. Okay, so these, we're gonna work with these two. We're gonna start with painting this jar. We're gonna paint it white to start with. I'm gonna give my computer a minute, and maybe that's what happens now, is you're like a reel for a minute, and then it moves on and it's a regular video. Maybe that's how it works. All right, we're gonna paint this jar white to start, just to give us a base coat, because I don't want this to look brown behind it. But we're gonna put another coat on top. As soon as I get this painted, I'm gonna look for the comments again, because I think that's what the deal might be now with Facebook. I'm just trying to figure out Facebook. Aren't we all? Yes, I think that's what it is. So maybe I need to be live for a minute and a half first, and then I can see comments. Hi, Stephanie Snyder. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Who else is on? Let me see. Hit that heart button when you get here. Hi, Amanda and Sissy and Sheila Newton. Hello, Janet and Denise. Everybody's here. All my friends, Tanya and Lena. How are you guys all doing? Hi, Vicki. So glad you're here, taking a sneak peek at what I've been very, what do I want to say? I've been working on hard today. Let's get this dry. I'm excited. All right. I'm gonna get this dry, and then, where did I do that? Put my finger right in it. Just to give it a little bit of a background. And then once we get it dry, I'm going to take a different color. Hi, Robin. Thank you for sprinkling. Hi, Jan. How are you? Okay, we're going to take Tide. Okay, so Tide is this really pretty green-blue color. Okay, and that is what I really want my jar to be. But I wasn't really sure how that would look with the brown background. So we're just going to go with this. I want it to be almost like a see-through, just a sheer look. And I might even go over it with a little more water. How's everybody doing today? I've missed you. We had a great surprise. Well, I knew about it like a day in advance. But Jace got the most wonderful surprise. If you did not see on my page, so my son lives out of state. Both of my kids live out of state, but my son travels around for work. And they were moving locations, And we were told that he told us he was either moving to the Houston area or to the area where we are. And he told my husband that they're going to Houston. He told him that like the day or so before Father's Day. I think he told him that on Saturday. He's like, yeah, we're going to Houston, blah, blah, blah. And Jace was kind of disappointed. And, you know, as I would have been too had I not known the truth. And the truth is that kid drove all night long, like overnight, which I'm glad. I mean, I hate it when he does that, but he did that. Was your son coming? What the text he sent you that you didn't understand? Oh, no, that was something totally different. No, that was something totally different. That was something he wanted me to talk to somebody on his team about empowering them. That was different than the story I'm telling. Hi, Pam Powers. So anyhow, but he drove all night, rented a car for my husband to drive. Apparently men like fast cars. Probably we all know that already. Anyhow, for him to drive for the whole day, and of course, Jace had no idea he was coming. So yeah, so Joe drove all night long, went straight to the car place, rental place, then rented the car and then called him and pulled up, and Jace had no idea he was coming. It was such a fun surprise. Such a fun surprise. Okay. Then for this, I'm wondering, should I paint this white to start also? We're going to paint this white also. It was so sweet. This kid is, I mean, he's just very, I don't know what the word is I want to use. He's very family oriented and very connected to Jace and I, and just, you know, showing gratitude. And I've talked about it before. So, you know what? I'm just going to paint this white because I'm really not sure what I want to do with it. So we're going to start with white. And then this part is optional. It's just an idea. So obviously I've been playing with my laser cutter today. I drove across town, got my supplies. So now I just need to cut out a few more things so that I can get my Etsy shop open. And then that way, that'll be a direct link for you guys. And once I get it open, I'll have it in all of my messages. I might need one more day or so to get that going. But I got this cut out and I thought, why not? And if you want it, just check your messages and all the information about it is there, okay? Thank you, Pam. All right, I just did like a light coat. Most of this is going to be covered. Hi, Wendy. How are you? This is just giving it like a light base coat. He is a very thoughtful kid. He just is. And I never would have thought about renting a car for my husband like that. Well, it is a wonderful gift for a guy. Any guy that's into, like, honestly, that's a really cool gift. And wow. Let me just tell you, that car is fast. Scary fast. So scary fast. You and I sure think alike. I ordered this transfer and thought it would look cool with a jar cutout. Well, here you go, Jan. This is your opportunity because this is how I wanted to do it. But this one, I thought this is going to be a little tricky. What am I going to do with this? So if you choose to paint yours first like this, what you're going to want to do is wax it. Because we're going to put a sticky transfer on it, okay? Maybe you want to leave it brown. That's totally fine. Most of it's going to be covered. Basically, it's just going to be the outer trim is going to have a little color to it. So probably should have sanded it, but I didn't. Too late. Okay, here we go. Kind kind of bummed I didn't sand it, but here we go. So these cutouts pair with this transfer, okay? This one's new. Hi, Jenny. This is called Mason Jar Sunflowers. This is from the most recent collection. Hi, Sue. All right, and so what you want to do is you want to add some lint to it. Planning to pair it with the cotton, with the Mason jar cotton. You're going to pair it, so what do you mean? What are you going to do? Because the jar is the same. I mean, you get the jar on both of them. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to put the flowers in with it too? You're saying? You like put all the flowers together? Hi, Sandy Bullard. Yeah, Pam, are you saying you're going to put all the flowers in one jar? Hi, Rochelle. I'm doing awesome. Okay, so after you fuzz it, we're going to create an outline here. We're going to paint this in. So what you want to do is just line this up. This one is perfect, you guys. This one lines up perfect. So you're going to have like a little outer trim all around the outside edge of this. Oh, and I changed up my little system here. So here we go. Hi, Jenny. So you just want to take your squeegee and start in the center and work all your air bubbles out just like this. Okay. Something is on my, oh no, that's just where it cut it, I guess. Okay. Okay, and then what are we going to do here? We're going to start with the stem. Let's do the greenery first. Do I want to do the greenery first? No, we're going to do the yellow first. So we're going to start with Sunnyside. No, I haven't done the jar yet. I didn't wax it or sand it. I just set it over there for now. We're just going to create our outline. And I'm going to use Sunnyside for the flower. This is the lightest color in the thing here. And if you get some in your, the leaves, it's fine because you're going to lay your transfer back down anyway. I'm just, you know, we could just do this whole thing in yellow. Why don't we? That's going to make our lives easier. Okay, so I'm just going to do this whole thing in Sunnyside. You do not have to do it like this. This is just my creative liberty. We're going to do this whole thing in this color. And what I might do is just do the stems in the lighter green. So I have a couple greens and a couple yellows. Yes, Rochelle, this is from my new laser tool, which I feel like needs a name. Okay, so we're just gonna lift that up and then lay it down real quick because I want to do the rest in this light green, which is called Sage. And we're going to do a little painting. Okay. All right, let's put these aside. Lift this up. Okay, this is what it looks like right now. We got a little ways to go. Wendy, I love creative liberty. Yes, take your own creative liberty and have at it. I'm going to clean the transfer because we are going to use it again and I want it ready to go when I'm ready. So what you do when you clean it, you want to clean the front and clean the back with some water and a board eraser. Okay? Isn't it so pretty? So we're going to just do this. This is going to look a little wonky before it looks amazing, in my opinion. All right. Yeah, so I drove to the wood supplier. Oh, and by the way, I also, because of the wood that I need to get for this machine comes in sheets of, they come in sheets of 4 feet by 8 feet. I'm like halfway there. And I called my husband. I'm like, is my truck bed 8 feet long? He's like, I don't know. We didn't know. He said, I think so. And I said, well, we'll find out. Now, I do have like that multi-pro tailgate on my truck, so I wasn't that worried. But they put this everything in my car, and then I couldn't figure out the multi-pro tailgate part. So I didn't want to tell anybody that I didn't know how to use it because I felt like I would look like an idiot. And all these guys, whatever. Anyway, I got on YouTube and figured it out. So I can learn new things, right? So I was able to drive it all the way back. Hi, Mary. How are you? Thank you, Rochelle. Anyway, so I was able to drive it back. Now, see, when you paint, it gets a little textury. So now this is dry. I'm just going to sand it with a super old piece of sandpaper. And we're going to get our, I am out of paper towel in here, so I may have to improvise here. So we're going to sand and wax this. My wax, here it is. Have you looked into a Shopify store instead of Etsy? I don't have either, but I have heard. I looked into all that, Stephanie, and the reality is the traffic is really high on Etsy, and most people know Etsy, and the fees really aren't that bad, at least the math I was doing. So I think I'm just going to do that. I think it's the easiest way to go. Hi, Marianne. But thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate it. Okay, so here is our jar. It's all good to go when we're ready. Let's try this. I appreciate you mentioning it. Okay, so for this, this is all going to be brown, so I want this all. Okay, we're going to start with the green. So what I'm going to do is wet my brush, and I'm going to take this sage, and inside where you're going to see all the the details, I'm just going to paint with sage, because we're going to, next time we do this, we're going to actually do it with a darker color. I just want the small little highlights to be this sage color in the end. Okay, so we're just going to paint this around. Just about ever since I got my machine is about when this collection came out and when I've been working on it. And I've been looking at this transfer and trying to figure out how to make this cutout work. So I'm hoping you guys like this idea. All right, I think that's good. And then there is some greenery here. So even though this is yellow, I just kind of went to town with it the first time because it really didn't matter. But what color it was, but the second time we chalk this, we're going to chalk it in the proper colors. The bluish greenish color is really pretty. The jar, if you're talking about the jar, that's called Tide. It's a great, great color. Totally agree with you. Yeah, my brush is not. It's called Tide. So I drove, Jace came home for lunch today, and which he doesn't normally do. I was very happy that he did. By the time he came home for lunch, I was home and I was cutting up these sheets. Remember I said they're like 4x8? Now they'll cut them for me, but they charge you like a lot of money. So I decided I'm just going to cut these myself. And he came home and he was laughing at me because I had they were in my tailgate of my truck. I made a reel so you guys could see what I was doing. He's like, you are using your truck the way it's intended to be used. You're definitely using it as a work truck. Because I had the wood there and I had all these boxes piled up. So I had my sheets of wood in between. And I was cutting it all up so it would be in, now I want them to be in sheets of 2x3 because that's what fits in my laser. But like I said, they come in these sheets of 4x8. By the end of me doing this, you guys are going to know more about a laser machine and what all goes into it than you care to know. You're welcome, Amanda. All right, so I am just finishing up the green. Just a little bit more right here. And then the rest, we're going to paint in this sunny side, but then when we chalk it, we're going to use some darker yellows and some brown. Oh, I want that to be yellow too. Okay. Wait, is that green there? Shoot. Okay, one more spot. Well, no, I think those are all sunflower leaves. Okay. This is good. Now we're going to go back to this sunny side color. Just kind of a very bright, I don't know, it's kind of a vibrant yellow. And I'm going to use a brush here. Which one do I want? All right, we're going to use this one. Hi, Kim Daniels. How are you? Okay, and then I'm going to take that and fill in basically the rest. We're just going to fill this all in. This will only take a minute. I'm even going to fill in where the center is. Because I want those little parts to be yellow, but then when we chalk over it, we'll do it with a real pretty brown. And we're going to do this for both sunflowers. And then just all of this. Now you could get super creative, add a little orange to it if you want. I am just going to make it simple today. But like I said, you could add some yellow, some orange to the... Oh, Kim Daniels, so much. So much. I was kind of chomping at the bit this weekend because I didn't really have any material to cut. So I was waiting in the place that I'm getting it from. They are not open until You know, they're only open during the week, so I had to wait. But here we are. Now we're here. I got everything cut up. I got some files done. I need to just have a few more done before I can get my store up and going. I mean, that's just what I want. I could do it now, but I want to do it right. I want to do it right. It is so fun. I like to learn new things anyway. I get a little stressed in the beginning. I don't know if you guys are like that, but once I'm like, I want to do that, then I kind of tend to over-focus a little bit on it. But it gives me things to think about. And I have the summer to work on it, right? Oh, I have one leaf I need to do. I think one leaf. Okay, so this is where we are. It kind of looks bland right now. Does it come in with darker yellow for some detail? Yes, in a minute. We're almost there. Like I'm saying, it's going to look worse before it looks better, Wendy. It's going to get better, I promise. It's going to get better. This is my thought process, okay? So you could do your outline in any color you want. Right now, we're just painting so that the parts that the transfer is not going to get will be gotten now. And then when we're going to put our details back on in just a second. I think we're good. I think we are good. All right, we're good. All right, so we're going to dry this. We're going to wax it, sand it, and then get our details on. Well, Kim, now all you got to do is clean out all your craft supplies and get a machine. They come in a smaller than the one I got. You could get a smaller one. You could totally do it. Okay, this is ready. So I don't usually do this, but I am going to do this. I'm going to lightly sand it. But I definitely am going to wax it, okay? I don't normally sand when I chalk. But I think this might give me a better result, actually. And then we'll get both of these and get everything put together and all the things. And in the meantime, get my glue gun going. All right, where's my wax pad? Here it is. Okay, so we already waxed that, right? Yes. And now we're going to sand and wax this, which we already sanded. Now we're just going to wax it. The reason I'm waxing it, okay, everything that I painted is where that sticky transfer is going to be stuck to, right? And the reason we're waxing is to keep it from lifting the paste up when we chalk on it, okay? Or when we lay our transfer down and pull it up. So this, just think of it as like a protective barrier. Like my husband would kill me if I was to tell him I'm buying something else. Well, you might be surprised. Jace was very supportive. Very supportive. Okay, here we go. This is ready to go. Both things are ready to go. Let's go. Let me get my transfer. Remember, I already cleaned it. Hi, Karen Davis. Keyword today is sunflower. If you want the paste, you know, all the chalk products or the cutout information, the keyword is sunflower. Okay, we're going to fuzz it again. Now I'm trying to decide, do I want to do my let's do the flower first. Okay, so then you just lay your transfer back down. And what's really nice with the cutout is that it already is going to give you like a starting point to lay your transfer back down. And it'll make it a little bit easier to line up. So you just want to check all your edges. Once you get it where you want it, just press it down. I don't press super hard, but okay, we're done with these. I'm gonna get my multi-tool out. I would love to get a laser cutter, even if it was just a personal sized one for me, but I gotta find a new job. I totally get that, Stephanie. Hey, look, I worked really hard and saved for 3 years to do this. So this is, you know, sometimes you just gotta work for it, right? Okay, so for our greenery, I'm gonna use pesto. And let's see, should we start with, but we're gonna do that last. We're gonna start with bumblebee. So this is the other yellow we're gonna use. Okay, this is a little bit deeper yellow. Then our sunny side is kind of a bright yellow. This is deeper color, really good for fall. I think it's the perfect sunflower color. And then we're going to use this espresso for the center. So I think, I'm trying to decide like what I want to do first. Okay, we should always do the lighter color first. So I'm going to start with bumblebee. And I'm going to go around to all the sunflower leaves and just press my paste in. I might lift a little bit as we go. Because I'm going to take my time. The center part we're going to do in espresso, because you know the middle of a sunflower is that deep brown. Okay, on this side is where the leaf, there's like a big leaf, so I'm only going to do my best to only get where the sunflower leaf is. Petal, not leaf. You guys know what I mean. All right, we're just going to lift and lay. Gosh, I had a video that somebody thought I misspoke in the video. Goodness gracious. And she was real quick to come at me about it. And I just said, thank you for correcting me. And she was like, well, I wasn't trying to be mean and I'm sorry. And I thought, well, okay, first of all, if I misspoke in the video, I can't do anything about it now. It's already posted. I don't know. I just think some people they need to get their opinion out there, I guess. All right, like I said, just lifting as I go. I'm going to turn this. When we go through with the brown, that will be last, or at least after we do this. Any spots that I got yellow too close, we'll be able to, really, it will be pretty simple to cover it up with the brown. So don't worry about that. Hi, Maud, are you feeling any better today? Stephanie said, oh my goodness, Stephanie, I'm so sorry to hear that. How come? Are there not enough? I thought we need teachers like crazy. Okay, we're almost done with our flower. Maud, are you feeling any better? Did everyone's husbands have a nice Father's Day? Hopefully they did. I know it's mostly us ladies here on this page, but what did you guys do? Were you able to see family? I told Jason it had just been absolutely perfect had we had Caitlin here, of course, but we'll take what we can get these days. All right, so I'm gonna lift this and then lay it back down. The yellow is done, but now we're gonna work on the brown. Oh, I'm so sorry, Stephanie. Oh, Maud, I'm so sorry. So sorry. So when you lift it, you want to make sure you go back and press down where you haven't chalked yet, okay? So again, this is going to be a little brown. And if it mixes with the yellow, that's all right. We're going to do there. We're going to do here. And I'm okay if this brown, I actually kind of like, I don't know, I did lick a different finger in case you're wondering. Kind of want it to bleed into the yellow. So I'm just going to take my finger and like swirl. Ooh, that sounds fun. Texas Roadhouse. All right, that turned out really cool. And then we're gonna go back and get our green parts done. And our sunflower will be finished. And the jar will just take like a second. Yeah, Stephanie, I am sorry to hear that. Hopefully you will find a position in a new district. Or maybe you don't want to teach anymore. Maybe this is a sign that you've been released. I keep waiting for that sign myself, honestly. I do like it. I like it. I just don't like the getting up early and some of the nonsense that goes with it, but the actual teaching I like. Now guys, before you make any purchases, make sure you're in the Perks program. That's going to save you 30% on all the new products. All the time. All right, we're going to lift this end. And then I'm going to do this side. I'm just lifting, you guys, so it doesn't dry in the silk screen. I wouldn't overthink it. It's not, if you feel like you've been taking a little bit of time, then just, as long as you don't lift it all the way off, you're good. I just love pesto and bumblebee together. I think it's a perfect, these are my favorite sunflower colors. But of course, you can use any greens or yellows that you like. Okay, ready to see this? Oh, I'm not a teacher. I haven't. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, you get a laser, no problem. All right, guys. Here's our sunflower. What do you think? Hit the heart button for me. All right, we're going to set this aside, and then we're going to do our jar. Okay, now the jar comes on the transfer. If you want to cut this up, you can. There are no cut lines. They did this for you. It's a favor to you. They're doing you a favor, you guys. They're giving you more transfers in a smaller space. So if you want to cut up your transfer, you can. Don't feel like you can't just because there's no cut lines there. You absolutely can. I'm not going to worry about it, but like I said, if you want to, you can. Okay, and then I think what I'm going to do for this, now you could outline it in black or espresso or whatever. I think I'm just going to take the Tide, since we watered that one down. I'm just going to go over the Tide with the Tide again. It will look darker because it'll be thick and not watered down is what I mean. But again, this is just my creative liberty here. You do what you like. You can outline this jar, paint it any color you like. I'm just giving you an idea. Okay, and we're going to pull this off. Okay, and then here is the jar. What do you guys think? Thank you, guys. I'm glad you like the sunflower. Thank you, Maud. Thank you, thank you. I'm so sorry you are still so sick. You got me a little worried, friend. Okay, so let's get this all dry, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to put it together, okay? Oh, I might need that again. I don't know why I even bothered with the stems. We're going to go over it again, so don't you worry. I'm going to have to clean that, but hang on. Let's just get this ready. I won't know what to do until I get it put together, so let's just do that. Let's dry it and do that. I kind of did a step too quick. I'll tell you now, don't worry about your stems. Just leave them the first time. Okay? Don't even chalk on them this first go around. Because it's really going to be covered up. Okay, so we have these two, but I also have this. So I have a second jar and then the edges of a jar. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take some wood glue. I'm going to do just a couple dabs of hot glue, which are, I'm not even picking up my glue gun because it's just dripping on everything. It's real annoying. And we're going to put one on this side. And then we're going to take the other one. Just make sure you're putting the glue on the right part. And again, take a dab of glue from my dripping hot glue gun. Ouch. All I'm doing is putting some dots of glue on it. But it's in timeout since it's being annoying. Okay, and then this is going to create just a little groove here for your... Oh, that's great, Vicki. Okay, that's going to create a little groove to glue this part here. This is, and we're going to cover it, which is why I'm saying you're probably not going to see the bottoms of the stems, but those will just take a minute to add back in. So I kept thinking, well, if you just had the jar and the cutout, well, how is that going to work? So for me, I think this is the best option. Okay, and then what we're gonna end up doing is putting this on top, okay? And then we're gonna chalk the stems so you can see through it. That is the plan, Stan. Hit the heart button for me if you like that. So really, you just need glue here, here, and maybe a little bit right there. And then I guess I'm gonna get this out. Just put dots of hot glue, like so. We're gonna put this back on top. Okay, this is where we are so far. Okay, now we want to make it look like they're in there. So, we're going to clean this one more time. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. I just think it won't look right if you just put it on top of the jar. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think it's going to look weird. All right. We're going to get this pressed in. I'm going to clean it. Clean the sides. And then I just need to add the stems back. Yes, it definitely is, isn't it? At least that's the way my mind worked on it. This is the way my mind worked on it. I wanted this to be like a standalone, kind of like my first standalone kit, right? You grab the transfer from my site. And then, thank you, Mary. And then you can get this for me. Like I said, just message me. I promise I'm going to have that other option ready soon. You know, sometimes things don't just don't go the way you plan them either. Like, I was ready, but, you mean... but... Thank you, Lena. Okay, guys, don't forget about the mystery craft box giveaway that's still happening. So if you sprinkle my video, so if you order the bundle, does it come with 2 jars? You get everything that I used. You get the first jar, the back jar, the one that's cut in half, and you get this. Yes. So the answer is yes. So really you get like 2.5 jars. Thank you, Sandy. Okay, so then I'm just going to figure this out is what I'm going to do. So basically, the idea is, now these won't go all the way to the bottom if I do it like this, which is okay, I guess. Is it okay? I want it to line up, so let me just decide what I want to do. I thought this was already waxed. It is, but I gotta fuzz this a little more. Let me just think. Thank you, Mary, for sprinkling. Appreciate you guys. I'm thinking if I do this, for those two, I could make those go all the way to the bottom, and then I'm going to have to turn it. I'm kind of piecing this together. You could line it up. Your stems are going to be floating. I don't want that. I'm going to try it a little different. So I'm going to make my stems. I'm going to have to do the third one, this one that's crossing over, separate because of the way I want it to look. All right, sorry, I'm concentrating, so I'm getting quiet, but I just want it to line up a certain way. Hi, Sandy Nelson. How is Panama City treating you? That photo you sent me, I swore it looked just like Galveston. Okay, this should... We may just have to extend that one. Okay, there's the one. Hang on. We're almost done. All right, and then I'm going to line this one up a little bit differently. I'm just being a little bit particular about this. You can do them just the way they come, right? You totally can. I just, for some reason, that was bothering me the way it was lined up, which is going to cause me a little more work here, but it's okay. Because then I'm just going to need to connect right here, which is okay. It's all good. Just came in from the beach. How nice. That's a nice thing. The only thing I didn't do with this particular cutout is there are some words on them. I did not, I didn't add the words for it, so it's just this bundle. Okay, and I just need to fill it in with some of the sage and we'll be all good. Oh, just in general that you thought they were short? Yeah, I wanted them to go to the bottom, so I just made it longer. Again, you do what you like, whatever suits your fancy. Whatever suits your fancy, that's what you should do. I'm going to add some of the sage on here so they don't look blue. That's what I'm going to do. But you do it, again, whatever you like. This was so fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to make it so it'll stand. Fingers crossed. Everybody cross your fingers that that's what's going to happen. That's the plan anyway. Yes, Mary, if you want it, just go ahead and message me, or if you type the word, the keyword, and just respond to that. Either way that works, and then I'll just invoice you. Pretty soon I'll have my shop up, but I'm just not quite there yet. Okay, let me dry this and just make sure it's the way I want it. instead of, I wonder if I can get away with just doing this. Instead of laying the transfer back down and getting the detail up, I'm just taking a very fine sand tape. And then I promise I'll leave it. Keyword is sunflower. Like I said, that will get you everything you need to know is in the word sunflower. And then you can just message me. Let me just do this. Let me fix it. Let me fix it. Sometimes I don't know when to leave well enough alone. Okay, we're gonna leave it alone. Okay, now, what I thought I'll send you these two, is I'm gonna send you 2 Jenga blocks to put at the bottom here. I think one will do it, but I think in order for it to be freestanding on its own, you can choose if you want it to do that or just use your own, like a little stand. I want this to stand up. So I'll show you. I'm going to glue one to the bottom. I think one would be enough, but I'm going to send you 2 just in case. And what I'm doing is I'm putting it right at the bottom here with a little bit of wood glue and just a dab of hot glue. The hot glue is optional. This is just so that I can show you right now. But if you guys are not in a hurry, just use your wood glue. This is just going to give it stability so you can set it on your table. What do you guys think? How exciting! I think this is so adorable. What do you think? Chose closer, Facebook, and come back. Oh, I'm not frozen on my end. Sorry. That's so weird. So weird. Here we are. Hit the heart button, sprinkle the video, type the word sunflower, check your messages. I think that's adorable. I hope you do too. And thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you very, very soon. All right, have a great night, everyone.